Drinking buddies. I'm really excited for this one. We're going to do a blind review of this Willett Purple Top 8-year weeded bourbon that just came out. Let's see how good it is.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So if you don't know anything about these Willett Purple Tops, they're very small, limited release runs. They can vary in ages. Sometimes the older stuff might be sourced, but now they have some older product of their own. They could be bourbons, they could be ryes. Generally, they are really, really good, but expensive and very limited. And some would argue maybe they're not worth what they're charging for them. But that's personal preference. I'm gonna give this bottle a fair shake against two that are also hard to find, but a lot easier to find than this. So this Weller Antique 107, admittingly a difficult bottle to find. I've only ever found this one, but it retails between $50 and $70, whereas this Old Elk is around $100, this double wheat. But this Old Elk double wheat, you can find a lot easier than either of these two. And the Willett's about $250 retail. So I poured these. They have a sticker on the bottom to tell me which is which when I'm done. Do it blind, find out if this thing is worth anywhere close to its retail price. Let's jump in for glass one. Ooh. We're starting right off the bat with a wonderful nose here. This is really bright and citrusy, very honey forward. I often say bourbons taste like honey, and this is like next level honey. This is really, really honey. And a little bit of a grain thing coming through. Little bit. Almost no proof smell. Oh, I also chose these because of their proof points. This is 108 proof. I wanted to keep the proof range is pretty close. This is 107 and the double wheat is 107.1. With glass one. We already gave the nosy notes. Let's dive right in. It's falling a little flat. Whatever's in this glass, the flavor on it's not really blowing my mind. It's good, not great. Proofy, it's coming up proofy. And there's a little bit of a nutty thing going on. Cinnamon, good, not great. Initial tasting. Sometimes when I go back through them on these blinds, the second time I taste it, I'm like, oh, okay, well there's this and this, it's tasting better. So as of right now, good, not great. But great nose though, so. I'm always kind of disappointed when something has an amazing nose and then you go to taste it and it's good, but not as amazing as it smelled like it was going to taste. Now this one's a little bit more grain forward and cherries coming through. Just off the nose, I would guess that this is my Antique 107 because I find the Antique 107 to be pretty grain forward and I always get that cherry off the nose of Buffalo Trace. Completely different than the first one. This one is more bourbon vanillas, and this is wow. Okay, so this is really unique. There's a lot going on in my mouth, and a long finish, a long, nice finish. Yeah, that's pretty tasty. I know I'm not giving you a lot of notes here. It's kind of just I'm trying to work it out. Cinnamon, a little bit of a licorice thing, like red licorice. I think that's the Antique 107, I think. Okay, well, this just straight up smells like peanut butter. Wow, okay. I'm just putting my nose in a jar of peanut butter. But there's also a little subtle bourbon vanilla thing going on. And there's a little bit of a grain thing on the finish, a little grain. Sweet grain. And a little honey. There's some complexity going on this one. Very nutty. That is a nut party. Okay, I don't know where that one came from. But yeah, that's like walnuts and pecans. Cinnamon, nutmeg, those rye spices are coming through, and there's probably no rye in any of these. I know there's no rye in either of these. Let's make sure of that. Because this has the mash bill right on it. No rye. I know this one has no rye, and I would suspect that this isn't a 4-grain, so I don't think there's rye in any of these. But sometimes you get those same sort of flavors coming through on a wheated bourbon. Not one of these is jumping out as being dramatically amazing. They are all three really good. And that tells you that maybe that this $220 to $250 bottle here might not be worth its crazy price point. All right, drinking buddies. So I got my guesses. Go ahead and lock your prediction in the comments by saying whether or not you think I got a queen sweep or a queen fail. Which, did we come up with a better version of queen fail or not in the comments last time? I don't remember. I think queen fail is still our jargon for now. But I'm gonna give my guesses, so lock in your answer in the comments. I believe that this is the Old Elk, I believe that this is the Weller, and I believe that this is the Willett. That doesn't matter as much as the way I'd rank them, which matters much more, and I would go 1, 2, 3. So let's figure out what my least favorite was first. I believe this to be the Old Elk. And maybe I'm just saying that because I don't like it as much as the other two glasses. So there's a chance I'm thinking, well, I don't think that double wheat is as good as 107 or this Willett. So maybe that's just my brain doing that. I don't have a real reason for why I think this is Old Elk, which means I probably am getting the queen fail right now. Let's find out. Old Elk. My second favorite was this one, which I believe to be the 107. Weller. All right, which means I did guess them all correctly. This is the Willett. So we got a queen sweep. What did we learn here today? People hunt Buffalo Trace for a reason. This bottle sells for about $50 retail, and it is almost as good as this $250 bottle Willett right here. People like to trash on Buffalo Trace because it's hard to find. That's not their fault. They're making as much of their stuff as they possibly can, and we buy it up the second it hits shelves. Everything they make is priced extremely well and extremely tasty. Drinking buddies, this bottle is worth probably close to $100. They charge $50 to $70, but their retail is like $55 or something like that. But they're making more. They doubled their production. Buy Weller. They're not paying me to say this. You know, I'm a fan of Willett. I think that Willett is doing really cool things. I just think that on these purple tops and some of these special edition stuff, it might be priced a little high. This bottle probably selling for $150. I would go ahead and recommend it, but I just can't justify doing it for over $200. It's just not worth it. I hate saying that, but because it is really good. It's really good bottle, but it's just too expensive for what it is. I did favor it slightly over the 107, but like I said, the Weller is supposed to be charged like $50. So. Well, drinking buddies, that's what we learned today. If you see this bottle and it's $250, it's probably a pass. If you see this one and it's under $100, it's a buy. And if you see this one, you know, right around where it's supposed to be at $100, I definitely think it's worth checking out. Today it did fall flat compared to these two, but these are, you know, just dramatically more favored bottles and, you know, and a really expensive one and a unicorn. So, well, drinking buddies, if you have a free moment, go to imyourdrinkingbuddy.com and check out my merch. Soon I should be repping those shirts. I did, you know, order samples to get delivered to me. However, I didn't really think about that until after the website had been up for a couple weeks. So soon I'll be wearing a shirt, and then you guys will get to check out what the merch looks like, and go to the website if you have a moment. Don't feel like you have to buy anything. Just you hitting subscribe and like is enough. Thanks for watching Drinking Buddies. We'll see you next time.